Reality doesn't negotiate, it collects. Timing is math, not mood. Justice doesn't send a warning text, it just shows up right on time. Chosen one, open your eyes. The ache you've been carrying isn't proof you were passed over, it's proof you've been under construction. Your discouragement is data, not a diagnosis. It tells you where the muscles are trembling, not where the future is canceled. Here's the fact that should make your spine straighten. The delay you called abandonment is the very mechanism protecting your promise from collapse. Think weight training, not punishment. Plates are added so your frame can learn the load. You don't sprint with a pack you haven't learned to hold. You don't launch a bridge that hasn't passed the stress test. And you don't receive a future your body can't carry. Pause with me. Take a breath. The slow you hated was the scaffolding that keeps you from falling when height arrives. Chosen one, you wanted a door to swing open. I wanted your legs steady enough to cross the threshold without shaking the hinges loose. The clock wasn't late. Your tendons were learning honesty. Your lungs were learning pace. Your mind was learning not to panic when the room got loud. Restraint isn't absence of power, it's proof you've built enough to not waste a move. You didn't have to explain yourself to skeptics. You stayed in your lane and let time do what it always does. Train, calibrate, confirm. Here's the hook you need to hold. Suddenly will make sense of the delay, not as poetry, like a receipt that prints after the payment clears. When the threshold is met, paid in full, hits the register, fast, quiet, non-negotiable. Until then, the wait is not a warning, it's wisdom. Keep the expectation high, lower the noise. The delay is not a no, it's your future learning to be held without breaking. Chosen one, open your eyes. There are 2 clocks on your wall. One is loud, the emotional clock. It shouts in rent due, empty chairs, unanswered emails, long nights. It ticks with fatigue, bills, and loneliness. It measures seconds by how much it hurts to wait. It calls everything late because it's counting from craving. The other clock is quiet, the threshold clock. It doesn't count minutes, it counts readiness, alignment, weight. It doesn't blink at your mood. It watches structure settle. It waits until the frame won't tear the moment the door swings. Reality reads that clock. Reality doesn't negotiate, it collects. Here's the fact that should make your spine straighten. Prophetic timing feels late because the final inches are invisible. The last adjustments don't post updates. Tendons strengthen in silence. Wiring is checked behind the wall. Roots grip where no camera sees. Not slowly, not randomly, precisely. The appointment was locked behind the curtain before your feelings caught the scent. You mistook quiet for absence. It was calibration. Pause with me. Breathe. The threshold law is simple and merciless. Cycles don't close until lessons are clear. Doors don't open until the frame can hold them. If the hinge isn't set, momentum rips it out. If the heart is still bargaining with panic, new weight becomes a weapon. I won't hand you what undoes you. I won't let blessing arrive as a booby trap. Timing is safety in disguise. What if the delay was protecting you from receiving too early and losing it fast? Think of pouring fine oil into a cracked jar. It doesn't bless you, it disappears. Think of wiring a fortune into a wallet with no passcode. Acquisition without security is loss with extra steps. Early is not generous when structure is thin. That's why alignment outruns impatience. Power is about alignment. Chosen one, hear me. Keep your expectation high and your noise low. Let the loud clock rant. Obey the quiet one. Stay clean. Stay steady. When the threshold clicks, suddenly won't feel like magic. It will read like a receipt, paid in full, right on time. Imagine this, chosen one. A brand new bridge, shiny paint, ribbon cut, cameras rolling. It looks ready because the surface is convincing. But beneath the gloss, the rebar is sparse. The bolts are torqued to good enough. The concrete hasn't cured to full strength. A convoy approaches, weight the designers promised it could carry. The crowd cheers, the trucks roll, the math speaks. Not slowly, not emotionally, precisely. Load exceeds capacity. The span shudders, then folds. It didn't collapse from hatred. It collapsed because the equation demanded it. Now translate the scene out of steel and into your life. Opportunities are trucks. Relationships are trucks. Money and influence. Heavy vehicles with momentum. None of them are gentle. They aren't cruel either. They are what they are. Weight with schedules. If your inner rebar is thin, if your boundaries are decorative, if your nervous system sprints when it should pace, good things land like payloads without support. Science calls it stress load. Psychology calls it cognitive collapse. The body keeps score when the soul pretends it's ready. Sleep breaks. Breathing shifts. The heart stumbles. Blessing becomes a breaker when structure is theater. Here's the fact that should make your spine straighten. The delay you're resenting is rebar going in. The quiet days are cure time. Concrete does not hurry its chemistry. It hardens cell by cell, bond by bond, until compression meets spec. Inspectors sign off after the math agrees, not when the crowd gets bored. That pause isn't punishment, it's protection, it's engineering. Name your pattern without shame. You've had quick doors before that turned into quick losses. Fast hire, faster burnout. Sudden romance, sudden rupture. Spike in cash, slide in chaos. Not because you're cursed, because your span wasn't rated for the convoy you waved onto it. Early arrival masqueraded as favor, then revealed itself as strain. Chosen one, understand your calibration. You're not being trained for headlines. You're being built for longevity. Restraint is not rejection, it's reinforcement. When I hold you under scaffolding, it's because I intend for traffic to flow for decades without a creak. Let the trucks idle at the bank until the threshold clock clicks. Keep your expectation high and your noise low. Alignment cancels interference. Capacity cancels collapse. And when the gate lifts, it won't be dramatic. It will be quiet, non-negotiable, and safe. Early can be a hidden curse. Delay is the engineering that prevents it. Chosen one, open your eyes. Delay isn't blank space, it's an operating room. Here's the system reality uses to expand you, so the promise has somewhere to land. 4 chambers, working in sequence and in sync. Spirit, mind, discipline, environment. Not slowly, not emotionally, precisely. When these chambers hit spec, thresholds trip, receipts print, and what you call suddenly arrives like math concluding itself. Number 1. Nervous system strength. Before the door swings, your body must stop treating uncertainty like an attack. The weight has been teaching you to breathe when emails are silent, to sleep when outcomes aren't promised, to act without adrenaline as your only fuel. Science calls it stress inoculation. Psychology calls it capacity under load. Your heart learns not to sprint at every ping. Your breath learns to ride the wave instead of drowning under it. So when new weight hits, clients, visibility, covenant, cash, you don't sabotage it to get your cortisol back down. Calm becomes your baseline, not your emergency button. Number 2, identity clarity. You stop shrinking. You stop begging. You stop over-explaining to people committed to misunderstanding you. Alignment cancels interference. You are not random. You are part of a force. When you carry yourself like a verdict, manipulations have nowhere to land. Interference needs chaos to stick. You've been removing the Velcro. You don't chase approval. You set terms. Number 3, skill and stewardship. Gift without grind is flash without structure. I've been building your hands and your habits, competence, consistency, calendar, reps in private so fluency is automatic in public. You don't outgrow maintenance, you become it. Tools don't choose sides, they amplify intent. When your intent is clean and your craft is sharp, amplification becomes exposure in your favor. Number 4, boundaries and standards, not revenge, removal. Access is currency, and you're auditing the ledger. The ones who drain, distract, or distort cannot ride into your next season. Think containment. Think door frames sealed. Traps don't care who built them, they answer to weight. You are refusing to let other people's chaos invoice your peace. Here's the fact that should make your spine straighten. This weight is an upgrade cycle. Chamber by chamber, reality is expanding your safe capacity. Once the numbers agree, the threshold clicks. Suddenly won't argue. It will arrive. Fast, quiet, non-negotiable. Keep your expectation high. Lower your noise. Reality doesn't negotiate. It collects. And it's almost collection time. Chosen one here is the correction. Gentle, firm, and final. Do not lower your expectation. Lower your noise. When you dim what you expect, you don't protect your heart. You amputate your future. Shrinking the target doesn't spare you disappointment. It starves your destiny. Expectation is a clean, steady yes to what's appointed. Noise is the static of panic arguing with time. One builds the runway, the other throws gravel across it. Open your eyes. Expectation and attachment are not twins. Expectation says, this outcome is mine and I will be ready when it meets me. Attachment panics if it's not now, it's never, and barges into rooms not yet framed. Expectation trusts the threshold clock. Attachment interrogates the minute hand. Take a breath, unclench your jaw, drop your shoulders 2 inches. Notice how discouragement tries to bargain you into smaller dreams. Maybe just a little, maybe just later, maybe not for me. That is not wisdom. That is depletion dressing up like prudence. Here's the fact that should make your spine straighten. Noise delays manifestation. Frantic reaching creates interference. Desperation distorts your signal, scrambles your boundaries, and invites mismatched offers that waste cycles. Science calls it stress loops. Cortisol noise narrows perception, pushes you into urgent, low-quality choices. Psychology calls it cognitive collapse. Alignment, by contrast, is clean math. When you move coherent, values, breath, actions in agreement, opportunities don't have to guess where to land. They dock because the coordinates are stable. Chosen one, restraint is dominance. You don't chase confirmation. You become undeniable. You don't flood timelines with proof. You let consistency speak. You don't beg rooms to believe. You make results the argument. Stillness is dangerous to interference because it has nowhere to stick. Power is about alignment. When you carry yourself like a verdict, reality doesn't negotiate, it collects. Coaching, simple and exact. Breathe before you send. Answer after you sleep. Finish the small rep you can control, then the next. Reduce inputs that spike your fear. Fewer opinions, tighter calendar, cleaner desk. Write the 3 non-negotiables for this season and obey them without drama. High expectation, low noise. Let the loud clock rant, obey the quiet one. Alignment moves faster than desperation and suddenly respects the steady. Chosen one, open your eyes. Science calls it stress overload. Psychology calls it cognitive fatigue. Reality calls it misalignment. Different names, same math. Chronic uncertainty spikes cortisol. Sleep breaks. Breathing shifts shallow. Focus fractures into shards that cut your day. Discouragement isn't just a mood, it's a physiological event. Your body reads mixed signals like danger, and a future that feels like danger won't land. Reality doesn't negotiate, it collects. Here's the fact that should make your spine straighten. The delay has been retraining your nervous system to hold what you asked for without treating it like a threat. You want the email, the call, the covenant, the stage. But if your heart rate surges and your breath disappears every time hope knocks, you'll unconsciously slam the door to get relief. That isn't failure, that's biology doing triage. So time slowed to inoculate you. Reps under clean pressure. Exposure without collapse. So when good news arrives, you don't spiral, you stabilize. Pause with me. Take one slow inhale through the nose, longer exhale through the mouth. Notice the drop. That drop is capacity in real time. Suddenly isn't magic, it's receipt language. It prints when your system can process the promise. When your shoulders stay down while you say yes. When your sleep holds after the meeting. When your breath remains long even as the numbers grow. The body keeps score even when the mouth lies, and now it's being taught a new score. Coaching, clean and daily. Number 1, bookend your day with stillness. 5 minutes on waking, 5 before sleep. No screens, just breath counting. Number 2, walk 10 to 20 minutes outside. Rhythm resets threat chemistry. Number 3, write 1 page of truth, what you fear, what you choose, to discharge spin and anchor intent. Number 4, 1 cold rinse or a simple stretch sequence. Train your body to meet intensity without panic. These are not trends, they are capacity builders. Keep your expectation high, lower your noise. Your body is being trained to sustain what your mind keeps asking for, and when that training completes, suddenly we'll have nowhere to go but you. Chosen one, open your eyes. The pressure you felt wasn't just a person to fight, it was an atmosphere that feeds on chaos. Enemy energy is adhesive that needs your panic as glue. It can't stick to clean surfaces. It starves when you breathe slow, move precise, and keep your signal coherent. Interference needs chaos to stick. When you move clean, it slides right off. Here's the fact that should make your spine straighten. You were never the prey. You were the mirror. What was hurled at you kept boomeranging back, not because you cast a spell, but because reality is built on reversal math. Traps don't care who built them, they answer to weight. Tools don't choose sides, they amplify intent. When the intent is rotten, amplification becomes exposure. Return to sender with interest. Pause with me, take a breath. Notice how your new calm changes the battlefield. Neuroscience would call it reduced cognitive load. The prefrontal comes back online. Rumination drops. Translation, hooks, can't find purchase. Stillness is dangerous to interference because it has nowhere to land. Alignment isn't passive, it's armor. Imagine this. One jacket lined with Velcro, another glass smooth. Throw a handful of burrs. The noisy jacket collects every thorn. The smooth one sheds them. Same throw, different surface. Your weight has been sanding you clean. The burrs didn't stop flying, the surface changed. This is why the door didn't open earlier. Reality won't unlock the next room until the wrong hands can't hold the handle. If a saboteur could grip your timeline and steer it, opening early would fund their chaos. So time did what it always does, protect by postponing, not revenge, removal. You didn't expose them loudly. You stayed in your lane, kept your hands clean, and let consequence arrive on schedule. Justice doesn't send a warning text. It just shows up right on time. Chosen one, carry this verdict in your posture. Alignment makes you unstickable. Attacks lose traction, slide off, and report back to their source. Stay clean. Stay steady. Reality doesn't negotiate, it collects. And in your case, it collects for you. Chosen one, open your eyes. Here is the uncomfortable truth you've been circling but not naming. Some delays are not about building, they are about clearing. Before addition comes subtraction, not revenge, removal. Reality doesn't negotiate, it collects. And because once reality collects, it doesn't issue refunds. It will prevent misplacement first. I won't fund what will only fracture you on arrival. I will remove what would dilute you so the promise doesn't short your system. Imagine this: a city trying to plug a high-voltage destiny into a neighborhood wired with frayed copper and illegal splices. Lights would flare, then die. Transformers would pop. Sirens, smoke, blackout. Delay in that world is mercy. It's night crews on ladders pulling deadlines, installing breakers, mapping load, balancing the grid. Quiet work, no headlines, constant complaints, until the switch throws and the city hums without a flicker. That's you. The rewiring looks like loss until it powers what you asked for. Here's the hidden checklist reality has been running while you accused time of cruelty. Number 1, wrong relationships, soft sabotage and a smile, alliances that leak your focus, hands that want the fruit but not the pruning, gone. Number 2, false identity roles, the savior, the doormat, the mascot who laughs to be kept, retired. Number 3, compulsive proving, the endless auditions, over-explaining to the uninterested, chasing stamps instead of standards, canceled. Number 4, addictive distractions, scroll loops, sugar spikes, drama checks that cash your attention, cut. Number 5, premature commitments, contracts signed to calm anxiety, deals that mortgage your voice, calendars jammed to feel valuable, voided. If it fell apart quietly, it was extraction. If it ghosted, it was grace. Here's the fact that should make your spine straighten. You were not rejected. You were protected from accepting what would dilute you and miswire your capacity. Restraint is dominance. You didn't need to fight loud. You stayed clean while time audited access and sealed the frame. Your instruction now is simple and stern. Stop resurrecting what reality removed. Don't text it back. Don't reopen the tab. Return the keys you were never meant to hold. Keep your expectation high and your noise low. When the checklist clears, threshold math clicks and suddenly prints like a receipt. Fast, quiet, non-negotiable. Chosen one, open your eyes. Suddenly is not magic, it's threshold math tipping in your favor. Imagine a dam that's held for months while the reservoir rose inch by inch. Inspectors checked, spillways weighted, concrete cured, then one last inch crosses spec. Not slowly, not emotionally, precisely. Pressure meets design capacity. A gate releases and the river moves with authority. The shift feels instant because the hinge was always wired to respond at exact load. That's what suddenly is. A pre-programmed release keyed to capacity, not to your impatience. Reality doesn't negotiate, it collects. Here's the fact that should make your spine straighten. What looks abrupt to outsiders has been processing in you for a long time. They didn't see the internal reps, the late-night deletions, the hard boundaries, the clean no, the nervous system retraining itself to stop sprinting at every silence. They didn't watch you uninstall sabotage, return keys you were never meant to hold, let the wrong hands fall away without a speech. They saw a door open. They missed the months the frame was being reinforced so the hinge wouldn't rip out when momentum hit. When suddenly lands, it arrives fast, quiet, and deeply personal. No fireworks, just a decision in your chest that doesn't wobble. An email that hits your inbox at 9:17 a.m. and reads like a verdict. A call that doesn't rehearse, just confirms. A connection that doesn't dazzle, just holds. Think receipt, the slip prints at the end, but the payment was authorizing the whole time. Systems were verifying identity, clearing interference, matching coordinates. Then it's done, paid in full, non-negotiable. Set your expectation correctly. You may not get an apology, a speech, or theatrics. Closure is the movement itself. Justice doesn't send a warning text. It just shows up right on time. Restraint is dominance here. You don't gloat, you breathe. You don't explain, you proceed. The sign you've crossed the threshold won't be noise, it will be ease. Your breath stays long, your pace stays sane. The room that once jittered your hands now fits you like it was measured. Pause with me. Take a breath. Feel the quiet click of alignment. This is how suddenly feels. Ordinary words carrying extraordinary weight. Math concluding itself in your favor. Keep your expectation high and your noise low. The gate has an appointment with your capacity, and when it releases, it will be final, clean, and yours. Chosen one, open your eyes. The final stretch is quiet and dangerous. The last temptation isn't dramatic, it's subtle. It whispers, lower the bar so you don't get hurt. Take the small things so you can breathe. Go back to the pattern you know. At least it's predictable. That's the trap. Settling for quick comfort is how timelines bleed. Don't trade your future for temporary relief. Reality doesn't negotiate, it collects. Here's the fact that should make your spine straighten. Right before thresholds click, the nervous system begs for shortcuts. You'll want to text what was removed, post to prove you're close, sign the lesser deal to calm the ache. Don't. Restraint is dominance. Keep your hands clean, keep your mouth calm, keep your standard intact. Justice doesn't send a warning text. It just shows up right on time, and it prefers an undistracted recipient. Your discipline stack, simple and final. Number 1, stay consistent. Hit the boring reps, sleep on schedule, finish the small deliverable, keep the promise you made to yourself yesterday. Consistency kills panic loops and tells reality you're a stable address. Number 2, stay quiet. No over-explaining, no premature announcing. Stillness is dangerous to interference. Let your results arrive before your captions. Number 3, stay clean. No emotional spending sprees, no binge buys, no drama scrolls, no sugar floods to sedate doubt. Keep your desk clear, your calendar honest, your boundaries sealed. Discernment for this exact hour. Don't force doors. Alignment feels calm even when it's big. Ease plus clarity are your green lights. Steady breath, simple next step, no contortions, no bargaining with your values. Red flags, frantic timelines, 10 explanations to make it make sense. A body that tightens as you say yes. If you must beg, it's not yours. If it costs integrity, it's too expensive. When justice lands, you won't gloat, you'll breathe. You won't explain your elevation, you'll live it. You'll move measured, not loud. Chosen one, if this word steadied you, pay the mission forward. Like and subscribe to push this clarity where it's needed. Drop 777 in the comments as your signal of readiness and alignment. High expectation, low noise. We finish clean, we collect. Chosen one, open your eyes. Here is the calm verdict over your timeline. The delay was capacity building and removal so you could sustain what's promised. Suddenly is not magic, it is the receipt that prints when readiness clears. Timing was never against you, it was guarding you. Reality doesn't negotiate, it collects. Your timeline isn't broken, your capacity is being completed, and the shift will be undeniable. Take a breath with me. Drop your shoulders 2 inches, unclench your jaw. Let your ribs widen on the inhale, lengthen on the exhale. Notice how your chest stops bracing for impact. That's not wishful thinking, that's a nervous system standing upright in hope again. Science would call it regulation. Reality calls it readiness. What you survived wasn't random, it was instruction. You were being calibrated, identity clarified, signal cleaned, standards raised, so weight could arrive and rest without rattling you. Here's the fact that should make your spine straighten. You are not late, you are landing. You are not lesser, you are leveled. Restraint is dominance. You kept your hands clean while time removed what would have diluted you. You didn't need to scream your worth. You became a steady address. Enemy energy needed your panic for glue. You starved it with alignment. You were never the prey. You were the mirror. Final warning, firm and gentle. Do not shrink. Do not lower expectation. Lower your noise. Raise your standard. Keep your mouth calm and your boundaries sealed. No premature announcing. No bargains with your values to feel safe for 10 minutes. Power is about alignment. Stillness is dangerous to interference. Now hold this inevitability like a key in your palm. Thresholds exist, and once the math is met, the door opens without argument. Fast, quiet, non-negotiable. Justice doesn't send a warning text. It just shows up right on time. Reality doesn't negotiate. It collects. And in your case, chosen one, it collects for you. Proceed, measured, clean, unshaken. The promise is sealed.